broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Baby, won't you come my way? Got something I want to say.
Get it, ladies.
Get it.
First off, I'ma start by saying this.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You are tuning into AFTERBUZZ TV for Power Season 2, Episode 4. I am your host, Bamm Ericsen, and I would like to introduce my panel.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Kennelia.
I am your girl, Ayers.
And I'm Janeisha John.
Okay, so listen. I'm flipping back and forth with this whole Sean, Keisha, Tasha thing, but you know what? Sean needs to take some responsibility. Now, you are either going to write it out and be the side dude for Tasha, or you're going to be with Keisha, bro. Make up your mind. What you going to do?
Okay, but can you knock the brother? I mean, he's trying. I mean, real life, like he's trying with Tasha, right? And if he's getting shut down, he's just like, okay, well.
Then let it go, because you remember, your daddy is not only a drug dealer, he's a killer, and then you work for somebody who's you have a daddy who's a killer, and then you work for someone who's a killer who just so happens to be married to the girl who you're trying to get after. Bro, make up your mind. What you want to do?
Right?
It's too much.
I'm a little confused about why he thinks it's going to work. Like Ghost is just gonna be like, "Oh, cool." That's
a bigger question. I'm actually with that, because how do you think this is gonna play out in your mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just gonna like elope, or I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. He's underneath 2 G's. Okay, Ghost is a G and his daddy is a G. You will get hurt, beat. I don't know, something. You can't do that. It's not gonna work. So,
And not only that, like, why is Keisha, like, you know, getting all involved in that, and knowing the situation last week we were talking about it, saying, you know, was she, breaking girl code? Yeah, she's totally breaking girl code.
I still don't think she's breaking girl code.
Okay, so now let's go forward. So now, after Tasha shuts Sean down again for the umpteenth time, saying, Ghost and I, we cool.
What she say, baby?
we cool.
No. Yeah. So now he goes knocking at Keisha's door.
Yes.
Keisha takes him. Okay, I need. Well, we got to take it slow, and then next thing you know, he knocks the boots.
It's popping off, y'all. It's popping off. Okay, but listen, is it not true that Sean is he's not a simp? I'm not gonna call him a simp. He's not there yet, because we got some other simps on the show. He's not that, but he's very innocent, and he's very sheltered. So it feels like he's just like puppy loving. He just wants somebody like, come here, like he just want to be loved. So yeah, is it wrong? Okay, yeah, get in one lane and stay there. But he's like a little kid, kind of. You know what I'm saying? So he's playing the role very well. I don't know. I mean, what do y'all think? Like,
no, I agree. I think it's like in college. He's doing now what he would do in college, where if you met a girl and she had a dude, let's say the dude was a teammate with the dude, but she was telling you she had a problem with the dude. She was getting butt naked in front of you. You'd be like, okay, she really feeling me. So you would do the same thing that he would do. However, again, does he think that Ghost is just going to be cool with this and they just going to raise the kids together, him, Tasha, and Ghost?
Exactly.
I'm thinking, if I was him, I'd be scared for my life, because Ghost is
right. Like I said, they G's, they're certified.
Okay, ladies, we have to revisit this whole girl code, because when Keisha and Tasha were at that restaurant somewhere in the Penthouse Plaza looking over the view of New York City, Keisha said, "Ooh, it was good." Now, Kennelia, so is she still not breaking the girl code by rubbing it in her?
No, because Tasha was like, "I don't care what y'all do."
You know she care.
She should have said
but that's
that.
What,
then.
and that's what Keisha said. Shout out to Lala though, because I mean, we got to give you your props for doing this role the way that you are. But I will have to say that clearly, isn't it obvious to you guys that Keisha is very, very jealous of Tasha?
Oh my God.
So the way she's rubbing in her face, because the very next thing that she said was like, oh, so now you trust Ghost. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, you don't want her to be happy with Sean, nor do you want her to be happy with Ghost. Like, you just hate her whole life. And, I mean, we've also seen it. We don't have to touch on this, but, I mean, we don't have to go so deep into it. But we definitely did see how she was, you know, getting all the hand-me-downs from Keisha or from Tasha. So she's salty a little bit, you know what I mean? And definitely the way she said that, like, it was good too. I thought I'd let you know. I thought I'd be the first to let you know.
She's a hater.
But maybe she's trying to push Tasha to leave Ghost by trying to push her towards Sean. So maybe she was like, it was good, like, yeah, trying to make her salty so that Tasha can be like, damn, I really do want Sean and I really want to be with him, so she can finally get rid of Ghost or do something else.
Sharing, guys? No, that doesn't make any
They share
sense.
clothes.
I guess so. Might as well.
That is a good point, but the problem comes, my only argument with that, Kennelia, was if she pushes Tasha away from Ghost, then those Gucci hand-me-downs, you lose everything.
Well, no, unless, what if she's trying to, like, really swoop in on Ghost? That's messy. All right, I'll stop. I'm just saying, you never know. Like, the way the twists and turns of the show go, you never know. Like, what if that's, like, her secret, you know, weapon she's trying to use or something? I don't know.
She come to the door.
I'ma stop, y'all.
She come
I'ma
to Ghost's
stop.
door with that robe on again.
I know.
She's like, I didn't know you were coming by.
That is...
Interesting, huh?
That's really good. So then the last question would be is, do you think that Tasha have a right to be upset with Sean for not telling her, or is she just... I feel like, just as you were saying, does Sean really think that he and Tasha are just gonna go and live away and just be happy? I also feel like Tasha is acting somewhat like a chicken head, like thinking like, how are you going to be mad at Sean for not telling you when he works for your husband?
Well, I mean, that's the first thing that she said. She was like, I know, because you're loyal to Ghost. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yeah, she might like have her feelings in it and her heart might be hurt, like, you should have told me. But at the end of the day, you know where his loyalty lies, so that you can't necessarily be mad at that.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you guys think about what do you think about the kiss? And how now Sean says Tasha, I'm sorry, how Keisha doesn't mean anything, and you know, what do you think?
Well, I predicted last week that they were gonna get down with the get down, so I don't know. I was kind of curious to see if it was gonna go that far. I still think it might. So I don't know. The kiss was expected from me, kind of.
He was just too comfortable with it. The kids in the other room. Like, Sean, really, dude, what are you thinking?
He's not. He's puppy loving
he's
it.
Really in this whole world, like, they're just living in this dorm and he could just swoop in,
Right.
get the girl, and everything's gonna be okay. Because I was like, yo, when he kissed her, I was like, the kids are there. And then the little boy was like, yo, mom,
can you tie a tie?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
I think though that maybe he feels that Ghost is gonna end up with Angie, and then maybe Tasha might be.
That's very valid. Yeah.
You
Very
know.
true.
But still though, like he, like you said, he's a gangster. Ghost is a gangster. That's not gonna happen. That's his baby's mama at the end of the day, like his wife. That's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I mean, I think that Ghost would be willing to give her up. I just don't think he'd be willing to give her up to Sean, because number one, he knows that she'll be well taken care of, because he said that to Angie, right? That she'll be a rich woman or whatever. But he also needs to know, like, somebody could handle her, you know. And Sean ain't that one.
No, he ain't doing
Not
it.
right now.
Speaking of Angie, so now Tasha goes and snoops. I hate a snooper.
I know
when
you
I
do,
saw the
Bam.
scene,
I
I
know
was
you
like,
do.
Bam is gonna have a fit.
You know,
He was probably cussing at the TV.
I hate a snooper, but I do think when you are married, it's okay to snoop. But if you're in a regular, just a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship.
For real? That's your theory? Okay.
Oh, Bam.
Okay.
Wait, hold on one second. What you mean? Okay, what?
What? I mean, that's your theory. Like, so what? It's okay once you're married, and then
I can accept a little snooping when you're married, but in a just a relationship where you're snooping and knowing personal, that's
too
too
much.
much. Too much. Okay, I thought you was about to let me have it, but
no, I wasn't gonna give it to you, Bam.
Well, y'all about to give it to me now because we about to go at it. So now,
Okay.
Let's go.
so Tasha kicks Tommy out of the penthouse.
Yeah.
Ghost.
I'm sorry, Ghost. I have a problem with that.
I do too. I'm sorry, ladies.
Oh,
No, I don't have a problem with it, because in real life, if your man cheating on you, you kick him out.
You know why I have a problem with it? Because Tasha is not totally innocent in this situation. She's taking off bras and panties and throwing them around the place.
That's
Come
true.
on, like
very good point.
And he takes care of everything. So like, let's keep it real. Like, you gonna lock the man out of his own place? Like,
If your man cheating on you, you would kick him out the house.
I don't know. Okay, so am I the only married one up here? Let me see some
Yes.
rings.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we got no
So I
rings.
can-
Okay, can
what
the married
happened?
woman speak on it? Okay, that's fine.
What would happen?
Okay, so we have our policy is there's no kicking out of the beds. You know, he'll never go sleep on a couch. I'll never go sleep on a couch because you communicate. So my thing is, especially being that they've been through so much together, communicate. Let's get to the bottom of whatever it is. And I know that he told her already that he stopped dating Angela, whatever. But still, like, you know, you can't kick the man out of this multi-million-dollar lifestyle that you have. You can't, you know, you have no rights to do that, whether you're cheating or not. That's just my theory on it. So
especially if he's
kick him
providing
out.
it. I mean, I'm just
yeah.
saying.
Kick his ass out.
I knew I was about to just go toe to toe. I have a problem with it because you only have a stash of money in the safe.
Right. I thought about that too. You ain't gonna. You need him at some point.
You need him, and
Yeah.
so by you kicking him out of the house, then your bills, your Gucci's, your red shoe, you have to be smart about this. You just can't kick the man out the house like that.
Think about the kind of person Tasha is, though. She is.
She gonna go back to the streets?
But she knows how to play the game, the street game, just as well as he does. So a woman like Tasha, when she gets so mad and feels so betrayed, she's down with that street code loyalty. So she would kick him out. Not saying that it's right or wrong, but she'd be like, dude, I've been loyal to you from the start. Get out. Because to her, maybe it feels like he violated a code beyond marriage. Like they were partners.
Right.
So if your partner in business, whether it's a legitimate business or a street business, did something to you, you'd be like, yo, you done. You dead. So maybe she's approaching it from that kind of direction.
And I can get with you, Jess. I can get with you on that aspect because I do feel bad for Tasha, how the love of her life, the man who she's she's rode it out for this guy for all this time, and then this little skank comes into she's a skank. Anytime
Why she got to be all of that?
because you are breaking up a happy home. So
She is breaking up a happy
anytime you break up a happy home, you are a
Can't no
skank.
woman break up a home
But see, that is
unless it's already broken.
Thank you. I'm about to start applauding up in here. See, this is what I'm saying. Listen to me. She didn't come and break up a happy home. We never thought that it was a happy home to begin with. It was all about that money. It was all about that hustle and the lifestyle or whatever. True enough, they're partners. Definitely that. I'll give her that. And you've been together with this man for so long, and she feels like, okay, no feathers are ruffled here, but this is our life. I get that, but was it really happy? From Jumpstart, I don't think it was.
It was happy. It was happy up until he started to change, where he wanted to break outside of the street life. That's where the problem came. Basically, when truth came. But I get what you're saying. All I'm saying is she has this man back. She has his back, and it just sucks that now this other woman has come into play and wrecked the whole entire house.
Yes, but okay, and I know we have a lot to talk about, so I won't harp on this, but I will drive this point home.
Okay.
Bam. So remember when Ghost and Angie first started dating, they both didn't tell each other that they had significant others. So it was only right that she fell in love or she reconnected or rekindled or whatever. That was his fault. You can't blame her for that. That was his fault for not saying I'm married and I have kids and all of that stuff. By the time he told her, remember that day, like they were standing out there? Yeah, she was all in. You can't knock the girl for that. This is like her, in her mind, this is my long lost love or whatever. This is our second chance at love. That's good. That's on Ghost.
True.
I have to
changed
agree
my-
with that.
That was
You right. I changed my mind.
Okay, all right,
You right.
cool.
I changed my mind.
Another point I want to jump in on. Tasha, like, yeah, okay, you know, we feel sorry for her and all of this stuff. But again, before she found out about Angie, she was doing a lot of reckless stuff.
She was getting butt naked.
And so it's like, you know, she
was
probably
playing with
wasn't
herself
getting
in the
that
backseat.
attention and all that stuff from Ghost, but she was doing some crazy stuff for a married woman. Like,
true.
and so like I want to feel sorry for her, but you can't be doing that stuff and then get upset because your husband's, pretty much doing the same. Well, a little worse, but because he's actually getting some. But
Right.
I mean, I still don't think she's totally innocent in this entire situation.
Well, so then do you think that she should stick to her guns by not allowing him back into the house, being that now it's revealed that they set Kanan up?
Right.
I think now that Kanan showed up, she needs to have Ghost come back.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, like, dude, you just got out of prison. You're not going to just be popping up at the crib. Like, he just came up the elevator, had gifts. That was a little too much. I think after that, she needs to rethink it.
Do you think that Kanan was trying to smash? Do you think that he was trying to kind of butter Tasha up so that he can keep them separate, knowing that if they're separate, that he has a better chance at maybe taking, like, I'm not sure what his motive is.
Well, see, here's my thought on Kanan. He's setting up every angle possible for himself.
Yeah.
That means in the street, and that means when it comes to Ghosts and that lifestyle and everything. So now, first, maybe it was just about, remember when he first came in, and he was like, hey, I'm back, I'm here, whatever. And he was like, yeah, you filled out in all the right place, whatever. Maybe that was a little bit of flirtation or whatever. But now I think there's a motive behind it, and him trying to keep everything separate or whatever. And that will, of course, be revealed at some point. But I really do think that he's looking out for himself. Like, he's just setting everything up. He's a smart dude. Think about it. He's a smart dude. He's very calculated. So that's what I think that part is about.
I mean, for me, I'm just kind of thinking if he is trying to get in with, Tasha in that sense, what's going to happen with him and his son?
Oh, that's true. Beefing.
I have a prediction for that one that will get in really quickly. I just want to go back to, I thought that scene where Ghost and Tasha were in the school. I thought that was an extremely powerful scene. From the moment how he locked the door, how he grabbed his arm, like you totally saw a different side of Ghost.
Right.
And Tasha, for the first time, seemed a little scared.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I saw for the very first time Ghost be like every other man who might have the world on his shoulders. I did. Like, that's why he acted his butt off in this particular episode. And he's been doing a great job. They all have. But I just looked at him. They were sitting on the side of the bed, and I'm going to get back to that scene in a second. But he was sitting on the side of the bed when he told her that he thinks that Kanan, or when he found out that Rolla didn't put the hit out on him. And Tasha was like rubbing his shoulder and everything. And it was almost like I could just see every man in America, every man in the world, in Ghost, because he was just like, I have all that on my shoulders. So he's been doing a great job with that. But definitely back to that scene, it was very powerful. But I think he knows that his world is kind of crumbling down, and we talked about that all around him. So he's just like, listen, like, not you, not Tosh, like, you gotta be in this with me, you know what I'm saying? She's kicking me out. Everything is just kind of in shambles right now. So it's like he's showing forth why he's, that's why that's so powerful, because he's losing it, kind of.
And even if he doesn't feel the certain love for Tasha that he feels for Angie, if something happens to Tasha because Kanan now feels like he has to retaliate, that's going to be on him. So I kind of, I agree with Robin. That scene was a great scene because it kind of showed, even though I feel a certain way about you personally, in my love life, I still respect you and I still want you to be okay. But then he tried to slide it in like, so let me come back into the house and then we'll be good together.
I thought that was legit.
Oh, I took it as he was saying it, but deep down it was like, stop bullshit and then let me come back to the crib.
That's how she took it too.
But let me use this whole thread as a way to get back into the house.
I don't think so. I think that was certified legit. He was like, listen, it's about to go down. All right, so listen, Kanan knows. He know, he's got the what do you call it? Like, he's got the drop on us. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like 90% for Ghost feeling genuine about him really needing to protect, but at the same time, it was as if, I could come back in the house and I don't have to, So I'm like 90, 10.
I get that
on that one.
Yeah. At least you 90. You know what I'm saying? You 90 with it.
So now let's go back to Ghost and Angela. I am getting kind of bored.
I'm starting to.
Are you?
Me too.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
so let me speak on it then. Okay, so the reason why, you ever watch something or you're involved in something and it just feels good. Everything about what they have going on feels good. I know it's getting a little messy with the job stuff and all of that is coming in. But like even the Miami trip and, you know, the scenery. Oh my gosh, like it just feels good. And it's meant to have us pulled in that direction. I think that's what they're doing. Like they're trying to pull us for them, pro, you know, Ghost and pro Angela together or whatever. So maybe that's why I've kind of always been about them, because it's this love story and it's unfolding. You know what I'm saying? It just feels good when I watch it. So
I guess she's
I'm not getting bored.
Supposed to be like his breath of fresh air, like
Yeah.
you know, away from, like you said, that life, that street life, and it was supposed to be his dream, you know, having the club and doing things right, you know, by the book. At least he was trying to get to that, but I don't know. I still kind of feel like it's so messy now with, you know, the whole Tommy situation, and you know, she's just like, he knows in the back of his mind, okay, Tommy's not Ghost, I'm Ghost, and it's like it's just getting really messy.
yeah, it's being built on a lie now.
Yeah.
I just don't think that is gonna work out, and the love stories is like, okay.
See, I'm taking it away from the Tommy thing. How much longer are we going to meet up at the hotel, have sex at the hotel, go back, wake up alone, do this, repeat? Like, how many times are we going to repeat it? That's what I'm starting to get bored with. Like, okay, come on. And then when he drops the tear, like, oh, but we split up, and then she gets excited, and then something smacks her back down, and then she's not excited anymore. So it's starting to be it's exhausting.
And then when she questioned Mike, when she questioned him after he said Tasha, kicked me out the house, then she went into as if she's number one. Like she's married, she's the wife, she has the house. That moment bothered me because you're not married to this man. Technically, you are still the side chick.
That bothered me too.
But yet you're still questioning. Well,
why did you tell her that we weren't seeing each other? Because I'm married, girl. Like because he's married,
Keep
girl.
in mind, guys, that, you know, Jamie has been telling her that, you know, this is gonna be their life, Miami and all this stuff. So in her mind, they're taking these steps towards you know, him not being married anymore. So it's like, in her mind, she doesn't know what's going on behind the scenes. She doesn't know what's going on in their home. So she thinks that they're breaking up and Tasha just needs some dollars and she's good, you know? But
Y'all heard that?
Yeah, as long as the man doesn't bring his kids around you and y'all can't sleep together at night, you need to assume that his wife does not know.
Yeah.
Because why would the wife just be... Angie made it seem like Ghost told Tasha, and Tasha was like, cool. And they just cooking dinner, eating food, sleeping in the same bed. But like, they're like, no, don't come on my side. And like, this was every day. I was like, what? Is she really, did she think
She's
that?
naive.
I don't know that she.
Naive.
I mean, you're right though. Like that is kind of funny. That's sort of like her portrayal of it. But I just think that she definitely, I mean, he told her what was up. He said, you know, Tasha knows about us or whatever. And I think that she was thinking, okay, the steps are, we're moving in the right direction, just like you were saying. So I don't think it was necessarily wrong of her to step to him like that. Like, you know, how she kind of called him out, you know, and all of that stuff. Because remember, he's the one who's telling her a certain thing and having her, you know, she's sipping the juice, you know what I'm saying? Based on him.
Well, I will say this. I do like the fact when then he tried to turn the tides and mention Tommy, she's like, no, don't you turn the tide.
Yeah.
So Ghost is responsible, but I'm just saying, you're not married. Like Angela's sister says, how can you be in love with someone that you only see an hour a day?
Right.
And so with that being said, Angie, you have to wake up. Wake up, girl. That's just, I'm, you know.
I mean, when you happy, just be happy though. I'm pro happiness. I'm pro, you know.
Not if somebody's coming to your husband talking about they happy. No.
But are me and my husband? Well, we gonna take us out of it. But are they happy though? Like that's the question. Are they happy?
Girl, I got a bat that's gonna be happy. I'm gonna be in the sheets with my husband.
Okay, now let's discuss the Tommy aspect of it. What do you guys think about this whole aspect of them wanting to start over and the Tommy situation? What do you guys think about that?
Well, first, can we get rid of Holly? Like, I can't stand her.
We're gonna get to Skankadank. We're gonna get to her in a minute. We're gonna
Dang.
get to her.
Dang. Skankadank.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Tommy is just, some people are just dingy, you know? They're good at the job when you give them a specific job to do, but when you let them kind of do their own thing, they're like, that's Tommy. He's just so excited to have his friend Kanan back. Whatever. It's like a dude who looks up to Kobe Bryant. Kanan is Kobe and Tommy is the Laker fan. It's like, yay, Kobe's back. Whatever he wants to do, we shot a couple people. They was talking shit though. Like he's just living in this fandom of Kanan. So
Yeah.
it's never gonna stop, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't like it. You know, I don't like this. Joseph, call in so we could talk about this. Cause you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Everybody agrees. You are straight tripping. And that comes to, I mean, that's down to Holly, that's down to Kanan, that's, you know, I just don't like it. I don't like it. He used to be like like, you know what I'm saying? He used to have a little thing about him last season. And I'm like, you know, buck up, dude.
He's a wild card.
I don't know.
It's those drugs. He's a wild card.
Maybe they finally getting to him.
Yeah, he all over the place. And then Holly too, just kind of just has him, you know, off his game. So I think that's a big part as to why he's acting the fool, you know.
Yeah, I mean, let's just talk about that part real quick. How Holly, who everyone agrees, no one likes Holly, Skankadank. How she was, you know, walking around the house looking like whatever, butt cheeks out, and then Julio comes, right? And she's like, come on in. What kind of woman would do something like that? Like, I don't even understand. I feel uncomfortable if there's anybody who comes around, I'm covering up. If anybody comes over my house and I'm anywhere near, you know, indecent, she's walking around like it don't even matter. I mean, just it's just I don't even like that that whole thing, how she did that, and then of course Julio comes in, and we know what happens after that.
Oh boy, I think I'm gonna defend Holly just for a second.
Ooh, okay.
Because when you look at her character and how she met Tommy at the bar, you know, she has been very upfront and honest that she's a skank and she's gonna do what she does and so forth. And the fact that she's in his house. Tommy won't let her out, and she's used to stealing and conniving and being in them streets.
She can't put no pants on though?
I'm saying.
But how was she supposed to know Julio's the first person that has come into the house? So when someone knocks on the door and comes in, maybe she assumed it was Tommy.
As soon as it's not, you like, oh shoot, and you run back up and you put some clothes on.
You say, you know what, Tommy's not here. Because he's the one who said Tommy wouldn't want me here. You're absolutely right. There's the door. You know, thank you for stopping by. I'll let him know you came. That type of situation. But no, she was like, no, brother.
Worst case, even if Julio had stayed, like you said, you know, stop and say, hold up, let me, you know, get appropriate, put on the pants, and then come back, and then.
But why did Julio even need to stay? I don't care, lonely or not. You have nothing in common with this man other than Tommy. You don't need to befriend some man who, you know what I'm saying, who works for your man. Like, that was just dumb.
Yeah,
it was dumb.
Knew it
but that's her character.
It's true, it is.
It's her character. I mean, look what. It's her character. So I'm just saying that it doesn't surprise me that she did what she did because.
Well. Okay, can I speak on that real quick? So at the very, very beginning of the season 1, when they first met and he was trying to get her, Tommy was trying to get Holly to come out on a date, and she was like, no. Remember how she was like very adamant about no, and how she needed to make her own money, and she was a certain type of woman. Granted, when they started moving forward and they went out on that date at the bar, like they got it cracking, and you know, they started fighting, and she was honest with him and everything like that. But look how she originally put herself out there. So he's probably thinking that, oh, she's, you know, hard to get. She's not, you know, easy going and, you know, or easy, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. So she did actually set herself up to be seen in another light, I would say.
Good point. No, this is a good point.
Bam, he just don't like Holly. He ain't with it.
The only reason I'm gonna disagree with you is because a lot of times when men and women interact for the first time, you see our representative.
That's true.
Of how we try to come off, because if you come off a certain way, then we're gonna think you're a hoe, and vice versa. And if we come off a certain way, you're gonna have a perception. So she kind of had to have her guard up, where she had to kind of play that way, because if she would have gave up, as you say, the draws, then Tommy wouldn't have felt for her as he did. So that's why.
Yeah, but can you identify? And we can move on, y'all. We ain't got to spend this time.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, can you identify somebody's representative when you first meet them? Can you tell when somebody's fronting?
He should have known after she stole those damn earrings.
Yeah.
After she
Left that
stole the
alone.
earrings, that should have been it.
Okay.
All right, but I mean, I still don't think that you can tell whether she's promiscuous or that she would walk around in her drawers based off of
Good point.
stealing somebody's earrings.
Good point.
No, good point.
Yeah.
Tommy Kanan and the Q-Dubs.
All right.
Okay,
Messy.
so Lord have mercy. Again, Tommy he's a chicken head. Like he's bringing Kanan with him to private meetings with Ghost. But I also think because Ghost is not saying anything, Tommy is going to continue to do that until Ghost puts his foot down, and he's not doing it.
He can't say anything.
Because every time he should say something, Kanan is right there.
He pops up, and if Kanan isn't there, then Tommy gonna go back and be pillow talking with Kanan.
True.
So I think Ghost is at the point now where he knows that Kanan is up to something, and he now knows that Tommy is a groupie, and he can't come to him the way that he should be able to. So Ghost has to work it alone. I think he's at that point.
Which is probably why he had the meeting with Kanan down at the bottom, at the bar of the hotel, where he really discovered, like, okay, Kanan is the one who's behind all of this.
Right, yeah.
Do you guys think that he might have discovered that or had that epiphany when he was talking to Tasha on the bed about the
Rolla putting the hit out on
and
him?
Rolla?
Yeah.
I think he's had a clue or intuition about it, but it probably didn't hit him until after he had the conversation with Ghost. Kanan at the bar, where he says, I trust you because you don't blink, and so forth, so forth. I think at that moment it confirmed his thoughts that, okay, what I'm thinking is right. What do you guys think?
I don't think that was the moment for him.
Okay,
I actually think when they were on the bed, and I think the way that Tasha said, "Who told you?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Kanan." I think that was like wow, like aha moment for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I'll say this because I know people said that we don't really talk about Kanan a lot, but going back to his strategy, the way now he is now the distributor for Tommy and Ghost, and how he took out that boy's eyeballs
And his tongue.
Gangsta.
Yeah, very.
Took his tongue out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, again, he's very smart and very strategic about the way that he's setting this up for himself and getting back on the game and being that respected one. Because when they sat down with, and wrote to me, forgive me for not knowing your... Dre.
Yeah.
All right, when they sat down with Dre and everybody was eating, and he was like, all right, so this is going to be the, kind of the protocol now. Like, you guys... you go
to Dre, and then Dre reports to
myself and Tommy, and then Tommy had to correct him and say, and Ghost, so and then even remember when Tommy and Kanan told Ghost that they shot Kudos
Lucy's
and all of them, Lucy, shout out Lucy, when they killed all of them. Kanan said, now my team can go in there and you know what I'm saying? So he's definitely setting this whole thing up. Yeah. I mean, he's just being smart about it. I don't like it, but he's being smart about it. I can't knock the hustle.
Yeah.
I agree. And then one other thing before we get into Ghost and Cantos, what do you guys think about Tasha Smith, who's Sean's mom?
I love Tasha Smith. I mean, she's genius in all of her ways. I mean, anytime she comes on anybody's screen, she nails it. So
only problem that I had is she's been holding this money for her baby daddy. I don't think they're married. She's been holding this money for him for 10 years. I felt she should have got a bigger cut. Am I greedy?
I didn't think of it, but
I felt she should have got a bigger cut. There was a lot of money in that bag, and he only gave her a couple stacks.
I mean, that's true, but at the same time, if this is her dude, you know what I'm saying, and they screwing, he's probably gonna be chipping her off.
True.
Yeah, might be getting a little more here and there.
Yeah, but what I did think about that whole scene was that the relationship was weird. How she was even with her son with Sean. Like, it was just weird. I was just like, okay,
Yeah.
is that your mama? Is that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was, that
It
whole
was
thing
like
was
an
weird.
older sister kind of thing, which is
Yeah.
probably why he's coming after Tasha. This whole older woman,
point, could be.
motherly figure, but / attractive thing going on. Because when I saw her, I was like, oh, that's kind of like Tasha.
But then again, 50's supposed to be playing older.
Yeah. But yeah.
And the only problem, and the only thing that I also thought was weird was how Tasha Smith, the BM, how she told Kanan, okay, now watch after him, or something in effect, where she's like throwing her son off. Like, okay,
Yeah.
just go to these streets.
Right.
Forget the fact that you're working, you have a legitimate job. Now just be careful in them streets.
Well, if you are a baby mother to a man in prison
Yes.
and you still holding his stash money for 10 years and you have no problem with the life that he leads,
Yeah.
you most likely don't have a problem with your son leading that life as well.
Right.
Like, it's just natural to you. Maybe maybe her daddy was a drug dealer. You know what I mean? Like, certain situations, people just don't have a problem with it.
Like, banging your baby daddy in the room while your son's in the living room chilling. Like, I mean, all of that you have to take into consideration as to what type of character she is.
Yeah,
so
they're just-
she's a hood girl. Like, they're from the hood, like the street.
They're all about it. That's
Yeah.
it. Can we move on a little bit and
Yeah.
talk about something? Can we talk? Oh, so I know you wanted to talk about. I don't know if you want to talk about them or not. I wanted to talk about Angela and the whole task force, whatever's going on with that.
Yeah.
Do you guys see them moving forward into our predictions of her possibly finding out more and more and more that Ghost is involved in her covering up in some way for him? Do you see it moving in that direction?
I always thought that she was going to end up covering up for him. I do think she probably wants to nail Tommy, though, but I don't think she'll be able to pin Ghost's name to Tommy. It's not going to happen. So
I think she'll have to cover for him because she already made it known that she knows Tommy, which means she knows him. So to not make her look like a straight sucker out here on the task force, I think she's going to have to do a little bit of covering so people won't be like, so you cool with all of these drug dealers? You cool when they find out Ghost is Ghost? You cool with Ghost? You cool with Tommy? Who else are you cool with? I think she's going to have to save her own reputation.
Bam, I would love to hear what you have to say because you're looking quite interested.
Bam
He's gonna
sipping
sip on
water.
that.
Oh, Lord, so Bam knows. Oh.
Come on, speak on it, Bam.
Oh my gosh, Starz would kill me.
Okay, well, don't speak on it, Bam. Yeah. Here's the thing about it. Angela is really putting herself in a situation where she's going to have to choose at some point between her man and her career. Okay, Bam, speak on something.
I'll just say this. I have it in my notes. She said specifically, and shows like this, they're very good at dropping hints. She says, I know what I'm doing this time, I promise.
Gonna dab that. Dab it a little bit.
Well, she's in too deep.
She is.
Like Omar Epps and LL Cool J. She is in too deep out here. She's gonna have to. It's going to come to a head. It has to.
Yeah, it is.
Let me just go a little left. Okay, so Greg obviously has intentions for more than just wanting to win to be to have Angela help with the task force. He somewhat expressed like, I'm trying to get back with you.
with that.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that aspect of that and the potential of Ghost becoming in the picture? Like, how do you think that's gonna?
I don't know how to tie that together, but I will say this about Greg. First of all, we called him a simp before, right? Didn't we? That was true. True. We still think he's a simp.
I think I
Okay,
called
true.
him Cantos. I meant to say Greg. Yeah.
Right, Greg. Okay, yeah, Greg. I still think he's simping. I don't like it when a man don't put some bass in his voice. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You all powerful in this powerful position, and then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, like yeah, I'll get those notes to you. Like I'm gonna send it over to you right now. Yeah, like I don't like that. Put some bass in your voice. But in addition to that, she knows exactly what she's doing. A woman who knows what she got is very powerful and she's very dangerous because she did this one move after she said she presented to Greg. She said, will you talk to the boss? I forget his name, but will you talk to him like, you know, pretty much for me? And then he's got like a little miniature chick attitude. It wasn't like he got a little attitude, and he walked away. And she's like, "Does that mean you'll speak to him for me?" And then she's like, I'm just like, oh, you know what you're doing. And so Angela definitely knows like how to work it to where she gets what exactly she wants. You know what I mean?
Can we kind of talk a little bit about how she kind of feels like she has Greg wrapped around her fingers, and how Tasha, you know, kind of had like Sean, feels like she has Sean wrapped around her fingers. They're kind of not too different in that aspect. Like, you know, a woman that has, you know, her thing going and is beautiful, can do whatever she wants, like you said, with a guy. So it's interesting to see them be alike in that sense, at least I think.
Yeah, interesting.
I think that's a great point about how those two are similar. And then I think it's interesting how both Tommy and Ghost are both going down at the same time, but just in different things. So
Tommy doesn't know he's going down though. Tommy thinks he's on the fast track straight to success land with Kanan.
He think he way up and blessed. That's what Tommy think, and he ain't at the moment.
Does.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this whole thing with Ghost now telling Holly, "You gotta beat it"?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Ghost. Yes.
Somebody has to do it.
That was. See, again, that goes to speak to the bossness and the bass in your voice. Like, I love when a man can be like, "Yo, let me just tell you what it is real quick," and then like for him to make all kinds of moves to get her out the picture, not just leave her alone, but look, I got you a ticket. Go to this locker, it's got this money in it, you know, like that. I just thought it was a boss move, and I love it. I love what he's doing to get her out the picture.
Yeah, I agree. But she was just annoying with it. Tommy's gonna come looking for me. Girl, so what? Like,
just be gone.
Just go away. But I think in a way, I love what Ghost did, and it had to be done. But he overplayed his hand, because now Holly knows that she is a threat to him, and she's that conniving little twerp kind of person that's like, well, since I know, like, you know, when you know you can push somebody's buttons, you just gonna stay around for the ride of it or the thrill.
Yeah,
I think Holly knows that she can. I think she knows she has that power with him, because
I think she knows it.
She knows it. So I don't think that Ghost was overplaying his hand, because he told her specifically, "I will get rid of you one way or the other." So he was letting her know, yeah, I know, Tommy, if, you know, you can do what you want with Tommy, but I'm just letting you know that if I need to kill you, I'll kill you. It's basically what he was saying.
She probably feels like she's got Tommy so strong behind her. Remember, he said, "I'll never let somebody hurt you again."
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he was very, very adamant about that, and she probably feels like, ooh, like really good. Like, he will definitely not let anything happen to me. But at the same time, remember how she was very curious, like, what really happened at the club that night? I got shot. You know, what really happened? You know, so I think that she still doesn't kind of know. She still thinks that anything could happen to her. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That probably didn't make sense. But I'm saying, you know how you can feel both ways at one time. Like, Tommy has her back. So.
Well, the only problem with this now is Holly is potentially being taken to jail, because
they're bringing her in for questioning.
They're bringing her in to question. So, will she go to jail, or will she leave?
I have a prediction, but I'll save it for prediction.
So that's a good prediction. And then the last thing that we need to talk about is, so Ghost uses the drug money to make the club pop.
Yes.
And I thought that was a smart move. But the only problem is Cantos has access to the deposits, which Ghost knows. So he's in a predicament where he knows that he's not gonna get that 20%, because he knows that Cantos is gonna rig the deposit.
But no, I don't think he knows Cantos is gonna rig the deposit. I think he's gonna know after this. So if Ghost brings all this money into the club, and he specifically has people in there to spend the money, once the numbers come back and it doesn't add up, what Ghost knows for a fact that he brought into the club, I think that's when he'll know, oh shoot, something's up.
Yeah.
They're really not on my side. So I think it was good that he did that, because now he'll get to see what's really happening.
I agree. Yep.
I want Tommy to kill him.
Cantos.
I want him to
just tell Kanan he did something wrong, and he'll do it.
I wanted to touch on one thing. I thought it was pretty cool to see Ghost taking those steps and making those moves and actually, you know, personally going to who he needs to go to spend that money here, spend this. And like we said, you know, he's doing what he has to do to get things done, even going to Holly, you know, just he's tired of not having people take care of stuff and he's just stepping up to the plate. I think that's pretty awesome.
Kind of a dope move.
Yeah, agree. All right, so anything else? So,
Nope, let's do some predictions.
So now let's go into news and gossip. You got some shout outs that we're going to do. So news and gossip.
I would like to say that, you know, you guys...
AfterBuzz TV News.
Yeah, that part. That part. You guys are really dope because you hold us down, everybody up here, and you guys are so involved in with us as well as with the show. I think you're incredible. You guys know more, it seems like sometimes, and we're like, oh, we missed that. We missed talking about that because you guys are so on it. So I definitely wanted to... recognize you guys, all of you guys who are definitely tuned in with us every week and shouting us out and giving your comments and your feedback, everything. So I just wanted to say on Twitter we have the Angel Rebel, at Malika Diva, at St. Patrick's, at Miss DB DeBestis, at Jamie and Angie, those are my peeps because y'all been riding with me for a minute, and at Wookster, I'm not sure. But please, you guys, definitely continue to comment and tweet us and get involved with us, and we will recognize you every single week. I just want to shout you guys out. And here's the one thing that I want to introduce. If you have a great theory or a great prediction, I want to personally recognize whoever has the best theory or prediction every week, and then we'll just kind of see where it goes from there. I'm going to recognize you guys.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's time for Kennelia's cold piece of the week.
Get it, Kennelia.
Cold piece of the week for Power, episode 4 of season 2 goes to Tasha and Ghost. Not because of the love triangle that's going on, not because of the strategic moves that they're making as far as trying to get Holly out or Tasha trying to play with Sean, but because they're both some rats. I did not see that coming when Ghost said to Tasha, he probably knows that we set him up. Right there, I was like, oh, well, this is karma. Now I don't feel as torn as I used to because I've never known a snitch that didn't get the payback on some level, whether it be karma or in any other term. So, Tasha and Ghost, my rat friends, this one is for you. Let us know who you think Cold Piece of the Week should be. Hit us all up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook using hashtag Cold Piece.
Snitches get stitched.
They sure do.
That was such a good cold piece.
There's some rats. We don't know if they're super rats, but
the fact that they did rat, they're rats. Okay, little Kim been rat.
All right, yep,
All right,
that was good.
So now let's go into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, I'm going first. I have a lot, but I'm going to pick like 2. Okay, I think that Keisha and Tasha are going to have some issues with this whole Sean situation. I think I said it last week. I think they're going to have a big falling out. And I still think that Tasha is going to give some up to Sean. We'll see. I also think that Holly being called in, she might try to mention that Jamie's ghost to save Tommy's behind. That's what I think. So
it's pretty good. Shall I go? Mm-hmm. My prediction is that Angela will absolutely find out that Ghost is Jamie and that she will get so her skin is in the game and she's going to cover up for him and put herself at risk with her career.
I agree with those predictions. Mine was I think that Holly is going to let them know that Ghost is Jamie, but I don't think she's going to purposely do it. I think she's going to do it very in a dingy way, like, but what do you mean? That's not Ghost. It's Jamie. And then that's how they're going to find out. But I agree. It's going to be Holly that spills the beans.
She's a hot mess.
Great predictions, ladies. I have a prediction. Sean needs to die.
Oh my God, Bamm.
Don't say that. Not no Mari and Sean.
I'm good for always killing somebody off, whether if it's, on Scandal, Empire, or whatever. Sean needs to die. Let me tell you why Sean needs to die. Because the fact that Kanan knows that Tasha and Ghost ratted him out, somebody has to die. It can't be Tasha, and it can't be Angela. So who's next on the bottom of the toll pole? It has to be Sean. Sean has to die. He has to die because he knows everything of what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not going to co-sign that one.
Sean has to die.
Dang.
I'm sorry,
Dang,
he has to
man.
go.
All right, well, we'll see.
Well,
But although we have to go, but we're going to come back in 2 weeks. So let everyone know where you guys can be found on social media.
you can find me at Twitter, at Kennelia on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
On all social media, you can find me at Robin Ayers or my website, itsrobinayers.com.
And on Twitter and Instagram, you can find me at Janeisha_Miss VI.
And you can find me on social media at Bamm Ericsen, and then you can also find Kennelia and I on our own podcast called The Happy Hour on iTunes, so make sure you guys check that out. And again, like we said, due to the holiday, we'll be back in 2 weeks. So we want to thank you guys for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV for Power. Season 2 is going down. We can't wait to discuss episode 5. So see you guys later.
See ya.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.